You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Oh, I'm so horny. I hate it when they take commercial break. Nothing makes me wet like the Jimbo Trashy podcast. I touch myself every episode. I don't know how much longer I can wait. I'm gonna come so hard when they come back on the air. God, I love it when he says, "Welcome back." Oh, yeah. Oh, Jimbo. Ah.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Alright, welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. So anyways, Grandmaster Mike, you were saying.
Yeah, no, just with the whole Piers Morgan thing and that whole clip we watched, what was the guy's name? Alex Jones?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. I mean, he had a lot of good points. You know, me personally, I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. I like my guns. I'm not going to go out and just start randomly shooting people. I know there's a lot of people in this country, you know, that I believe I could safely say they're going to do the same thing. They're not going to go out just because they get pissed off and shoot people. The people who do that are crazies. You know, they're looking to die. They're looking to get attention. You know, they get locked up. And yes, people do lose their lives, and it sucks. But I mean, like the points that he said, you know, there will be a huge uprising if the government tries to do that. I can guarantee you 100%. And I don't really see... I mean, you know, the government can send out the National Guard and stuff like that. I don't really see that happening.
The way I look at it is, you know, it'd be a lot more difficult for the government to try and explain, hey, we need to kill these, you know, our own citizens, as opposed to, hey, let's just unarm the citizens, then we can just put them in jail.
Yeah.
A lot easier to put them in jail because they can't defend themselves anyways. You can spin it they're domestic terrorists and then send them to Guantanamo, you know? But if you actually have to kill them because they're trying to defend themselves and whatnot, that's a lot harder to get away with, you know? Yeah. So I think a lot of that has to do with that as far as if they want to get towards that global government, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You have to do something where they just can't defend themselves. And I mean, obviously they can just do a drone attack. Supposedly there's like 30,000 drones that they want to have in the United States by fucking like 2,000 something, you know?
What do you mean by drones?
You know those things that go around like in Afghanistan and shit? They're just like unarmed planes.
Oh,
and then someone's sitting there with an Xbox controller like, oh, there's a guy with a towel head. Okay. You know?
Oh, wow, okay.
And like they just fucking, that's what they do over there, you know? They just, that's how they take out people.
Yeah.
You have those fucking unmanned planes now. They're called drones, you know?
Those things are they're Predator drones, and they're pretty accurate with their missile strikes. But the ones that you're talking about are the one that Jimbo's talking about. They're basically UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, more of like for surveillance. And then they could do the Predator drones, but so many people would go ape shit. I don't think that would happen. But you know, it's probably happening right now. Who knows, man?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, they obviously, I mean, things like that, they just can't, they're not going to announce it, you know? They'll have it up there, and then eventually they'll have to use it for something. Then they'll spin it like, oh, well, that guy was a terrorist working for Al-Qaeda. You know?
Yeah.
That's how they'll spin it. Then people are like, oh, okay, well, he's working for Al-Qaeda. Okay, I guess it's okay if we have a couple drones that kill people over here in the United States, you know?
Definitely.
Well, you understand, man. you know, the one episode of South Park where, you know, the whole conspiracy thing, and then you have George Bush on there saying people, and then he laughs. He goes, "You mean sheeple?" People believe what they want to believe. I mean, it's because they don't go out there and find information for themselves. And you know, that's what's going on a lot with this country. And then, you know, people are starting to follow that herd. And
Well, people don't want to worry about that sort of stuff. They just
Yeah.
want to be concerned about their normal day-to-day life and can I get to work on time? Let me get the kids to soccer practice. Let me go drink my after-work beer and let me go to sleep.
Yeah.
They don't want to worry about revolutions and drones and whatnot.
yeah.
As long as they can watch the reality TV, then everything's
Exactly.
fine.
As
Yeah.
long as they can go home and watch the Kardashians and Honey
God.
Boo Boo, then they're
Oh,
good. You know?
Jesus.
That is some of the worst television ever, man. All that reality stuff. You know, on Facebook, you know, you see all my friends, especially the girls. Oh, The Bachelor's on. I'm just like, you know, all of that stuff is scripted, right? Like, they basically tell the person who to pick, and hey, you know what, man? If they fall in love and get married, good for them. But I mean, look at all these people that are still together that are on those shows. Maybe a handful.
Well, I know for a fact on those Bachelor and Bachelorette shows, it's zero. Because they actually had an article on that
Okay,
So,
yeah. So it's
very
zero.
recently, yeah.
They're just in it for the money. You know, there's the proof right there. But then you have people out there, oh, they're in love. No, they're not. Well, you might see a steamy, hot kiss scene on TV, and what, is he going to fill your spank bank, you sick fuck? No.
I was actually, I did a guest appearance on a reality TV show. It was called Excused, and all I do is go knock on the door, and then they, basically I had to like write up with like 3 different like catchphrases or whatever, like cheesy ass fucking like pickup lines, and then there's like some girls on the other side of the door that are like watching me from like their couch or whatever, and they just like make an insult like, oh no thanks, like, oh look at this creepy guy or whatever the fuck they said,
Yeah.
And that's supposedly a reality TV show,
Yeah.
I was supposed to go in there for a date, So it's all fucking, it's all fake.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's funny though.
So have you guys seen Django Unchained?
Oh, dude. Great movie.
Saw it 2 days ago.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
I've already seen it twice, man.
You saw it twice?
Yeah.
I want to see it again, but I haven't done the second one yet. But my favorite scene, dude, I have to say probably anything with Leonardo DiCaprio, dude. Like that guy fucking.
He was nailing it.
Yeah.
Monsieur Candy.
I love those fucking like.
That was the best part. He
Yeah.
loved to be the pseudo French guy.
Yeah.
And that
He thought it
like
was
those
classy.
zoom in shots, they would,
Yeah.
That shit was fucking.
Dude, what I thought was cool too was all their artificial makeup they did, man. I mean, at one point where they zoom in on Leonardo DiCaprio and his character Monsieur Candy, and it zooms in on his teeth, and his teeth look worn out from all the tobacco use. That's how it was back in the day, man. I mean, the South was huge on cotton and tobacco. I mean, that's where a lot of those fields are still because it's hot down there, and that's how they make their money. Those are their crops. But just everything they did, man. And one of my favorite scenes was the dialogue with Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx, man. Just I've never heard the N-word so many times back and forth between black people, man. I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was great.
Did anyone walk out of the theater while you guys were in there?
No.
Not that I saw.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't really care in the first place.
Yeah.
I was having a good time.
I know like someone that got up and left the theater.
What scene was it?
I don't know which scene.
Uh-huh.
This is someone I know personally, and like his girlfriend did this. So
Oh, JP?
I mean, I don't want to clear it up. But I mean, supposedly, allegedly, there's someone that did that. But
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of funny. Like, how can a movie offend you that much?
I mean, from what I heard, people saying Tarantino's a racist and all this stuff, and it's like, if you pick up on his lines in his movie, he throws in some jabs at white people, and he's white. I mean, that one line when Jamie Foxx says, "Man, you tell me that I get paid to kill white people?" That's a jab right there. I mean, it's funny, dude. Tarantino's not some huge racist, he didn't say screw the Jews, screw the blacks, Asians, Mexicans, whatever, he's an entertainer. That's how he makes his money, and it's a good movie, and go see it.
Well, I mean, besides the German guy that was Django's partner,
Yeah.
what white guy in that movie looked like a smart,
Yeah.
well-being guy? They all looked like a bunch of jackasses, like that guy being called Big Daddy,
Yeah.
and then you had the other guy, he was the pseudo-French guy, and they all just seemed like a bunch of jackasses that,
I would say the only smart white character in that movie was probably Leonardo DiCaprio's lawyer.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And, they still made him look like an idiot when he was laughing and talking and stuff, so...
Oh yeah, the scene when they were fixing their fucking masks and shit, that had me fucking rolling too.
Oh,
I can't even see all this shit. What the fuck?
I thought the Jonah Hill cameo in that scene was awesome. I was not expecting him to be in there at all.
Yeah, right. That was kind of odd.
But I mean, for the most part too, it's like I've never seen slavery less sugar-coated than that movie too. You saw some real raw stuff that, I mean, I don't know if it happened or not, but I can guarantee that, it was probably some of the most realistic shit that I've seen for a while.
Are you talking about whippings and stuff like that?
The whippings and the dogs chewing them up and them fighting each other. I never even thought about the fact that they would be fighting each other kind of like gladiator style to the death,
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, a lot of that stuff did happen. They were seen as property, they're brought over on ships and, chained to, little wooden bedposts for the whole voyage over. And
But they leave a lot of the the stuff in the movie. They leave those out of school books when you're growing up, and you kind of think like, all right, well these guys, they couldn't do anything they wanted, and they just worked really hard, and they got whipped if they were bad. But you don't see the real down nitty gritty dialogue of them being disrespected and them getting basically destroyed on a regular basis.
I guess Spike Lee and Al Sharpton are like bitching and stuff about the movie. I go figure, right? But they're also mad now because they're making action figures of like the Django characters and shit. So they're like making a big stink about it.
Well, first of all, Al Sharpton, he's an idiot. Try to run for president. Who follows him? Maybe like a couple crazy people. You have Spike Lee, who, I mean, I don't even know what he does. What you do like a couple movies or something? That was it, and then he just goes to Knick games, and you see him on ESPN when he's yelling at the basketball players.
The thing about that too is like Spike Lee, and I'm not sure about Al Sharpton, but Spike Lee for sure. He said that he's like, I'm not going to see this movie. I'm never going to see it, and that's why I think it's a horrible movie. And it's like, you got to go watch it. That way you can come at me like, yo, these are the parts I thought were very disrespectful. These are the parts that I thought were making fun of slavery. Because I heard that's what he was kind of going off of. Was he thought it made light by having a spaghetti western, something that depicted slavery. And I mean, I thought I was kind of the opposite of that. I kind of walked away with a new respect for what happened back then.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I don't know. I just have, maybe because I'm half Irish, half Mexican, I never really identify with one race. So I never really give a fuck about any sort of like, oh, like my people, his people. Like I never looked at shit that way, So when I hear people like bitching about like your ancestors, like, dude, maybe they didn't give a fuck, Maybe they thought, maybe they would just be glad to go see a movie, And here you are bitching about shit that happened fucking 200 years ago or whatever it was now. I mean, I just don't really see the point in even fucking rehashing the fucking anger of it, Like, let's move on. It sucked that it happened, but how about we just realize we made mistakes, and now we can at least not make light of it and act like it's not a big deal, but just like look at how stupid people were back then,
Yeah, well,
look how we've moved on,
People like to dwell on the past because they don't have anything to look forward to in the future, man. That's what it
true,
is.
On a side note, I love the exploding guts and blood and everything.
Dude.
Oh, that final
epic.
Shit, yeah.
Especially the final one was, man, he was out of control, Like that was a badass scene right there.
That's what Tarantino does best, man. Just the blood, the guts, the gore.
There's a lot of witty parts too. Like I love the fact when they first initially walked in that first town and they were going to get a bounty, and Django didn't know what the hell was going on. And he just blew that guy away, and everyone in the town comes to rush him, and you see the movie, you know what happens.
The blood and guts was kind of comical towards the end. I was just like, damn, dude, like how much blood? And like you hear like,
the walls are just red, dude.
The only thing I don't know, I have to see it again, but my only kind of slight complaint was that I felt it was a little too long. But I had a piss during that movie, so I don't know if that's what it had to do with it.
Yeah.
But I felt like right after he shot the dude, what's the German guy's name?
Dr. King Schultz.
Yeah, right after he shot
Leo,
I felt like, okay, that should be the end of the movie.
Well, that's the cool thing about what I've seen Tarantino do this before, and I thought the movie was about to end. But what he does is he kind of plays it up that way, and then all of a sudden he brings it back like, oh no, now Django's even worse off than before. His girl's gone, and now he's getting shipped away even farther. Like he was so close. But then he brings it back to where you thought it was going to end at, with everything being kind of happy ever after.
Yeah.
I'd have to see it again to get a final assessment, but I was just the whole time I'm like, okay, dude, come on, I gotta piss, dude. I didn't want to get up and move during the movie, so I'm just like, I was like, fuck, when is this shit gonna end?
That will make a movie seem way too long if you got pissed during the movie, like...
How bad did your bladder hurt, dude? That's what I want to know.
Because especially, I mean, when it's getting towards the end, you're like, all right, it's almost over. Like, I can sit through this, I can handle this. And then all of a sudden, it's like, no, come on, man. Like, I need to go. I need to go really bad. And you don't want to wait for the rush at the very end either, because you'll be standing in line.
Yeah. But, I mean, other than that, I thought it was a great movie, and I would definitely go see it again. Here's another funny story. I guess an anti-gay Christian lawyer just got arrested on child pornography charges.
Jesus.
So it says a New Hampshire lawyer associated with an anti-gay Christian defense group was arrested on federal child pornography charges after allegedly taking a teenager to Canada, where she reportedly convinced the girl to engage in sexual activity and let it be filmed.
Did you say where she convinced a girl?
Yeah, she convinced a girl.
A female lawyer?
Female lawyer and a female teenager.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! We'll get back to this on the Jimbo Trashy podcast right after these breaks.
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything.
You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network. You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Trashy podcast. So anyways, I was saying there was a lawyer who got, I guess, busted for child
Female
pornography.
lawyer.
Female lawyer got busted for convincing a female teenager to engage in sexual activity and let it be filmed. Her name is Lisa Byron of Manchester, New Hampshire. Let's see, she was charged on Friday morning on charges of transportation with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, possession of child pornography, and 5 counts of sexual exploitation of children, according to the Concord Monitor, or whatever the fuck that is. But I mean, I can understand a guy maybe doing that shit, but it's kind of, whenever you hear a female do that, it gets a little. I want to like dim the lights and then tell you guys that story. You know?
I'm interested to see how this plays out because a lot of times when the females go after a younger man, they get a slap on the wrist and get sent about their business, and people wonder why the hell that trial even happened because they all think it's so cool.
Dude,
This is a girl with a girl right here, so I don't know. Is that going to be treated differently or?
I'd be interested to see how they. I mean, I don't know. The child pornography thing might really come down on her, but.
But is it child pornography? Like, is it just pictures of that girl, or that kind of they can define child pornography in a lot of different ways.
I think
because they could just say like, oh, you had pictures of this girl. That considers. In that
it doesn't really
category.
specify
Okay.
here. It says police have been investigating her since September 29th after receiving a tip she had child pornography on her computer. How do you get that tip? Like I don't know. Hey guys, check out what I got on my computer.
address.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe like an internet service provider, I guess, or something. I mean, they have people who monitor that stuff, but my opinion, dude, I think all child molesters should burn in hell. Any of that stuff. That's gross. I don't understand how you could do that.
I agree with you, but although I wish my English teacher fucking raped the fuck out of me when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's that whole double standard too, man. I mean,
Absolutely.
I remember being in elementary school even, dude, and one of my teachers, man, I don't know if I should say her name on here. I won't, but dude, she was just.
Dude, my 8th grade teacher, her name was Miss Watson. She was like blonde hair, blue eyed, fucking like a model, dude. She used to model for VW.
Oh damn.
And she was 25 years old, dude, and like it was so funny because like all the kids go out to recess, and me and like 2 other dudes would always fucking like we looked at each other and like, are you staying? Because I'm staying. Like we never like vocalized it, but we kind of looked at each other like, why are you staying? I'm just staying, dude. Like So like during like recess where we go in and just like talk to her, like try and hit on her with our fucking 8th grade game and shit. And it was just funny, dude. That chick was so hot, dude.
All right, you know what? Fuck it, I'll say the names. One was Miss Zarsky. I thought she was hot, man. Do you remember her? 3rd grade.
He's
No
just looking
comment.
down.
Okay, well, Schmeegs doesn't think so. But then I had another teacher named Miss Berry, dude. Man, she was.
Yeah, I think every couple grades there was always that one teacher there. You're just like, damn, I can't wait to get a class with her. And if you did have a class with her, it was great because you just go into that classroom and you're like, oh man, you're just dreamy-eyed the entire time. Like, how did you come into my life?
And you actually did good in the class,
Yeah,
too,
you
because
did
you
great
didn't
in the
want to
class.
upset her.
Absolutely.
Dude, I used to purposely like piss off that teacher just so she would like argue with me because I felt like, oh, she's like my girlfriend, Like one time she wanted me to open up the windows. Remember that pole? You have to open
Yeah.
the windows and shit. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. She's like, you have to do it. You're the window monitor this week. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. And like, I just like being a little dick, you know? So she got so pissed off, she grabbed the fucking window thing and she slammed it on the ground. But she was wearing open-toed shoes and she smacked her big toe.
Oh.
So like, I mean, she had pretty little feet and shit. And like, she got fucking, I was like, oh man, that sucks. But she fucking got so mad, she fucking dropped the fucking thing. And this is why she's not teaching anymore, because she just couldn't handle kids, you know? She goes over to her table, she fucking just like knocks all the shit off the table.
Wow, yeah.
And all the kids are just like, you know, like she gets so fucking.
She hit the breaking point right there.
She might have teach one more what do you call it, year after that, but after that she was done. Because I ended up asking, hey, is Miss Watson still teaching? Oh no, she retired. Yeah, she's not working there anymore.
Damn.
Back to porn it is, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, she was hot. I don't know why this. I don't know what the fuck this is about, but there used to be fucking flashlights inside the desk, you know, just a random flashlight. So me and this guy Brian Sabron used to go in there, and we'd fucking pull out the flashlights, and we'd like go under the desk, and we'd fucking turn them on, and she'd have a skirt on, and she would never fucking close her legs, you know, dumb bimbo blonde chick, you know.
Or
So
you never know. Maybe she's trying to get your attention,
Or
man.
maybe that's what I like to think. But she would sit there with her like she would wear a skirt with her legs open, you could see her panties and shit, and like we'd fucking like take turns, like turn the flashlight on, like looking.
Hey, any means necessary when you're that age to try to see
know,
some
right?
skin, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Damn. Good times.
But I mean, like I said, I mean that makes me kind of jealous. Like you see all these kids now that are like, I forget her fucking name. There's just one, I think her name's Deborah LaFave. You guys remember that
I've
name?
actually just a couple nights ago I was reading the top 20 list of like teachers that were female that got busted, and there was some pretty intense things going on there. There was a teacher that basically was having a crack party at a hotel with like 2 of like the bad girls of the grade and then like 5 of the athletes. So basically she was just trying to set up her own orgy. When the cops arrived, there was like used condoms splattered all over across the room, in the living room, and then in her bedroom, and then there was like a 17-year-old boy hiding in her bedroom. So it's like these teachers know how to party, you know?
Here's one of the ones, dude. Don't you wish that chick molested you?
yeah,
On the list that I
was
saw,
in the news a couple years
there was
ago.
plenty of girls that were, I was just like, wow,
Damn.
that'd be incredible if that was
Why
my
are
teacher.
these dudes ratting them out, dude? I would never tell anybody about that shit.
Oh hell no, I wouldn't either, dude.
Because I think you're gonna get some now, dude. I'm gonna tell you what's up.
Well, you know, there's a funny parody off like that whole topic. It's actually a movie. It's called That's My Boy.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, man. I mean, you know, I think it got, you know, got some bad reviews, but Adam
I loved it,
Sandler.
by the way.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
I
it was
loved it
great.
as well. Adam Sandler in that movie is hilarious, dude. He bangs this hot teacher, and you know, ends up having a kid with her, and you know, she goes to jail, and he has to raise the kid, and then you know, they part their own ways, and they do their own thing. But the movie is hilarious, dude.
Yeah, he becomes
That's
a
my boy.
national like figure too. That's like his 15 minutes of fame is right after he gets her pregnant and the whole court thing happens. She goes off to jail. He becomes a little pseudo celebrity and is partying with like the cast of 90210 and the New Kids on the Block and stuff like that. So.
There was one story about the teacher thing where the guy this teacher took this kid's virginity, and then she went to prison for it, and then after she got out, they ended up getting married.
Yeah,
You guys read that one?
that was a while ago, man. I was in.
Is that the original one? Because there was
Yeah.
the original chick. They got caught like 3 times before she got put away for a long time, and she got pregnant like twice by him. Like she got busted, went to jail. The day she got out, she got busted again in a car like down the street from the prison with that same boy who was like he'd aged 1 year, so he still was under 18, and she went off to jail again.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, just
They're together now.
hold up, 1 more year, wait till you're 18, and we'll totally fuck. Like,
Yeah.
it never crossed their mind once, you know?
Amen. You can't fight love. Right?
Love's in the air. Right?
Well, that as well, but chicks are just crazy in the first place. So.
That's true.
She was
I don't think
even
I've
one of
met
the
one
lesser
sane one
hot
yet.
ones too. So I mean, I can only imagine if one of these smoking hot teachers was coming after you, what would
Oh,
happen?
dude, I would just let it happen. I'd be like,
Yeah.
bitch, I better get a fucking A in this class. I'll tell you what.
The power that an older woman has over a young kid, dude, or a young guy,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking...
Well, just this conversation proves though, like when these things happen, everyone's kind of like, oh, whatever, But then if it's like you reverse genders of the 42-year-old man and the 15-year-old girl, then it's like, holy shit, this scumbag is the devil.
Oh, yeah. No,
So.
that's how society is.
I think the youngest I could go for now, I'm not even that old, dude. I'm 30, but I mean, that might sound ancient to some people, but I don't think I'm that old yet. But even at this age, I think the youngest I could really like mentally tolerate is maybe like 23, 22, maybe 23, because I think like at 21, like they're fucking dumbfounded by being at a bar and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They need that year or two to fucking go out there and like, oh, so this is what it's like to be a slut. You know, you know, like they need to experience that. Some girls are just, you know, bred to fucking be housewives immediately, and they don't even care about bars. But I think most girls in general, they want to fucking be a slut for a little while, you know. So that's mentally where lowest I could go, you know. But
Makes sense.
I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to date like 18-year-olds, dude, and like all you needed was a bottle of fucking booze, and you're fucking the man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you had a car, you know,
Yeah.
with your fake ID when you're 18, oh man, it was.
Oh, dude. You know,
was the man.
I never really had a fake ID because I always looked older because I always had a beard. So, you know, what's his name? The guy at the liquor shop would just, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, hey, what's going on? Fifth of Jack? Yeah. You know, I walk out and my friend's like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Instantly invited
stoked.
to all parties.
Hey, man, what are you doing tonight? Dude, come on over, man. Here's some money. Pick up some shit. Yeah, I'm cool, man. You know?
There was this huge fat dude that used to work at the liquor store.
At Chateau?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't, I don't know what happened to him, dude. They must have taken him out back and just put a slug in his head.
Well, he
Because-
kept getting busted for giving us alcohol, and I'm sure the rest of the South Bay.
Did you guys know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Big dude.
Yeah.
He's like Russian or something, or I don't know what race, but just some weird like obscure.
I showed him my fake ID one time. After that, never called me again. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was cool, dude. In fact, I used to go there so often. I invited him down to my place one time. Like, yeah, dude, we're having a party. Dude, come on down. Like, oh no, my friend, I'm working all day. Like that's how drunk I was, you know. Like, come on down, dude.
That would be awesome if you would have showed up.
Oh, fucking man.
I used to show up there, you know, I got hired at Torrance Memorial right after I graduated high school, and I would go there in my scrubs like, oh man, what a rough day at work today. Oh, I'll just take a couple of bottles and I'll be on my way. And he was just like, you know, that was the ID, because no 18-year-old could wear scrubs, right? Like,
Damn, dude. That's good stuff.
So this Xbox 720, I guess there's no release date on it yet. Probably sometime in the next year or two. They'll find out at E3 what happens in June or whatever this year. But I was mentioning this earlier. The latest rumors for this new system is that it's gonna have what do we got here? 8 gigabytes of memory and a 640 gigabyte hard drive. What else here? The 8-core processor, whatever. I don't know any of these computer terms, but this is what it's telling me. I mean, sounds dope, right? I think the current one's got a tri-core or something like that, a 360.
I mean, you know, that processor you're talking about, dude, that's just gonna make things just so much faster. And you know, all that stuff too, like, you know, I mean, how it's built, like that processor, that's gonna be amazing in itself. But you know, it also depends on, you know, the internet connection you have, you know, for your gaming and stuff, like when you go to play. So, you know, if you have good internet plus that processor, like you're saying, it's gonna speed everything up, and it's everything's just gonna keep getting better and better and better, dude. And I remember, you know, people saying that consoles were gonna die down after like 5 years, and now it's just huge, man. You know, you're talking, it's a multi-million-dollar industry. You know,
yeah,
people
bigger
are
than
just,
ever, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's ever been, you know, 3 consoles. Usually there's always a battle going back and forth, but this is definitely, there's 3 going on here. And even the small handheld ones are usually pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're all stepping up their game to get a piece of the market.
Oh yeah, dude. I have Xbox 360 and also have PS3, and you know, I play
Gamecast. Anyone? Movie? Malibu Goes Wanted.
But like, you know, the thing is too, is just these things are so popular. And so, you know, me, I'm 24 and I still love gaming, man. I mean, I remember I started when I was, you know, 8, and it's just, I don't know, it's like your own little fantasy world. I mean, me and Schmeegs, we were playing earlier today, you know, Black Ops, just running around, you know, wasting time, killing people, you know, having fun.
I can't wait till GTA 5, dude. I think it's shit. I love that game, dude. That's my favorite, like, one-player thing, you know?
Oh, Grand Theft Auto is amazing, man. That revolutionized the whole video game thing, I feel like.
I heard, like, as big as that map was for GTA 4, they say GTA 5, the map is even bigger than that one. Like, that one's gonna blow that map out of the water. I still play that game, like, what the fuck? Where's this place at? I've never been here. Like,
You literally have to learn a new city to play those games. Like, you turn left here, right there, looking at the map, you know, it goes on forever.
we'll continue this conversation on the Jimbo Trashy podcast right after this break.
Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy.
Everything is a conspiracy.
Check out the latest sounds from the occult experimental rock project, Elvis on Acid, with their second album release, Prehistoric Psychonaut.
With historic obligations, we've come so far. We're cutting away the spiritual line. Take consolation, they don't care who you are. You're damning us to hell, it's written in the stars.
Follow Elvis on Acid on Twitter, @Elvis on Acid. Go to youtube.com/Elvis on Acid to hear the latest. Global Psychosis Entertainment, Dark Jam Records, and Elvis on Acid are not responsible for any violent revolutions, drug overdoses, or attempted suicides that may occur after listening. This ad has been brought to you by Global Psychosis Entertainment and Dark Jam Records. Copyright 2013.